Greetings BookTube, I'm Anders and this is my April wrap-up. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, so let's get started. First I read the Shadowfell trilogy by Juliet Marillier. It's Shadowfell, Ravenflight and The Caller. This is about a teenage girl called Nerin, and in the world where she lives there are people who have canny abilities, which is pretty much magic abilities, and the king has outlawed all magic, and he has also outlawed all contact with fake creatures. Nerin's ability is that she can see fake creatures even if they don't want to be seen. In order to get rid of magic, the king has decided that each year they will have a cull where enforcers go out and pretty much kill everyone they find that have canny abilities. Nerin has been on the run for years and she's trying to reach the legendary place called Shadowfell, where canny people can live in peace. I really enjoyed Juliet Marillier's writing style, and I have to say that the closer it got to the end, the more nervous I got for Nerin and her friends. I gave the series 4.5 stars as a whole. After that I read The Blood of Olympus, the 5th book in the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan. Since it is the last book in the series and there is another 5-book series before this one, I can't really tell you much about it. I still like Rick Riordan's writing and I'm trying to decide if I like this book the most or if it's still The Mark of Athena that I like the most. I gave the book 5 stars and I think the series as a whole is 4.5 stars. Then I read Last Chance to See by Douglas Adams and Mark Carverdin. This is a non-fiction book where the author and journalist Douglas Adams team up with zoologist Mark Carverdin to find exotic and endangered animals all over the world. And if you have read anything by Douglas Adams, you know he's got a very humoristic style of writing, and even if this is non-fiction, you can really see that it's his usual style of writing. And they have to go through so much to get to the places, and it's hilarious. And then when you think about it, some of the endangered animals aren't endangered anymore. They are extinct. I gave the book 5 stars, but maybe I'm biased because I like his writing. And then I read Kang's Regiment by Margaret Wise and Don Perrin. It's The Chaos War. No, it's not. It's The Doom Brigade and Draconian Measures. This is a fantasy series set in the Dragonlance universe. Unlike the other Dragonlance books I read, these ones are about draconians and not humans or elves or dwarves or Kender. But I still really liked it. Some of these draconians are mentioned in some of the other books, so it's kind of side characters. But if you want to read this series, you probably should read a few of the other trilogies first. Mainly Dragonlance Chronicles, Dragonlance Legends, War of Souls and The Dark Disciple. You could also read the Lost Chronicles trilogy, The Second Generation and Dragons of Summerflame, but it's not necessary. I gave this series 4 stars. And finally I read Doctor Who Time Lord Fairy Tales by Justin Richards. It's 15 science fiction retellings of fairy tales, more specifically Doctor Who inspired science fiction retellings. Some of the fairy tales are pretty good, some not so good, and I wasn't really familiar with all of the fairy tales that were told, so I don't know how they compare to the originals, but as a whole I gave the book 3 stars. And now I'm going to quickly edit this and then go sleep because I'm not feeling very well. Until next time.